Well, guys, it's now time to react to another Monster Truck event. As we continue on with the Monster Jam 2002 seasons, we just saw Minneapolis December 2001. It's now off to the next event, as it's in Houston, also in December 2001, if I believe. I'm trying to look up the wiki really quickly. And of course, we saw Minneapolis. Tom won racing, Dennis won freestyle. As we get ready for the last event of 2001, as we continue on 2002, and some new trucks are going to be shown here as well. So let's get started. Here we go.
Houston, Texas is the capital of monster truck racing. Year after year, fans pack the line.
Yeah, we saw, remember, 3 events last year too, which was insane. And of course, last time we were here, Dennis doubled down, remember, as well. Even though I still think Bartle should have won freestyle. He should have been first and second place, remember.
Two-time world champion Tom Meents goes for 2 race wins in a row.
And also, yep, this is the debut of the 20th anniversary Gravedigger, even though this was still 2001, if I'm correct. I'm trying to load up the wiki. Here we go. I should have done this earlier. Oh, it is 2002, January 5th, 2002. I could have sworn I saw it before. It was like December 30th or something like that before. That's odd. But yeah, it is the exact event. Alright. So we're all ready to go for Houston. But yeah, this is definitely the first event 2002, so Gravedigger makes sense here at the 20th anniversary. But there's some new trucks here as well. I'm pretty sure you saw them in the preview while I was looking up the wiki.
And we're here for what else? Monster Jam Racing, week 1 in Houston. You've been here before?
2 events this year in Houston instead of 3. At least they are showing on TV. The second Houston event's going to be much later on in the year.
Because there'll be a lot of them. Oh, thank you very much. Well, I've got my seat. I've got my drink. Excuse me.
Let's see if they get to that field. Yeah, they showed preview. Oh, here we go. Yeah, remember, Dennis should have been in the finals last week with that pop tire didn't happen. So how about that, too? Dennis beat Tom twice in, like, the season openers. Back to back. Although this time it didn't count. So now let's get to the field. You're seeing one of the new trucks. And of course, Airman Dan Evans the Destroyer. We haven't seen him since World Finals 2. Let's see what he's got here. And of course, Steve Reynolds, Rage and Steel. Spoil again on 2 wheels in qualifying and racing. Right. Yeah, Larry Jarzal, first time we're seeing him this year in Prowler. And Neil Elliott, who we saw made it to the finals last week in Minneapolis. That was insane. Let's see what he's got here. High roller. And here we go. Chad Fortune driving Power Forward. We saw him only one time last year at Nitro. Now he's in Power Forward. And then Scott Stevens, who we haven't seen drive since World Finals 1. He's back in the new truck, Firemouth. Can't wait to see that. And then Alan Pizzo and Predator. And Scott Hartsock, who we saw made the semifinals last time out in Minneapolis. What a great event he had. And of course, here we go. Dennis Anderson, Gravedigger, the 20th anniversary Gravedigger. Oh, it looks so beautiful all these years later. And of course, Tom Meents trying to once again defend his racing freestyle title. Yep, first time we're seeing St. Louis this year. It's not that intense. But yeah, as we saw last time, the first show, Dennis won racing, Tom won freestyle. Then then the second show, Lyle swept, but Dennis and Tom also got the freestyle win, a freeway tie with Lyle. And then last time we were here, Dennis swept. Yep, beat Neil Elliott, surprise in finals, so he's got in his second event. Would like to do better in freestyle.
Monster truck racing with the driver Chad Fortune, and then Scott Stevens. He's in a new truck. Firemouth here.
Nice to see Scott Stevens back too.
Remember, Dennis Anderson had the best truck in Minneapolis, but didn't win because of tire problems. Dan Moriarty saw that truck come in for the first time.
There he is. What else do you say? 20 years in the business. I mean, this guy right here, wasn't for him, perhaps nobody in this building would even be here because Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger.
But of course, we all know we gotta thank Bob Chandler too.
It is today. 20 years And make sure tonight, take a look at his extra special paint job. You'll see all the trucks he's driven.
Beautiful 20th anniversary body.
Especially enjoy Dennis's performance.
Got a brand new paint scheme on the truck, and it's just for the 20th anniversary tour. It's got a history of all my old trucks in the side of the truck, you know, like the old pickup truck with the ricing canes on it, to the blue and gray panel truck, to the old 51 Ford with the Terra tires, and it's just all the history of where Gravedigger started from, and then now people get to view where we're at today, you know, with number 14.
Now we get ready for qualifying as Dan Evans started with, and of course a spoiler right there because that's a highlight from this event coming up in freestyle. Oh man, go up against Dennis. Oh boy, that's gonna be tough. Well, Dennis got number 1 qualifier last time out. Let's see what he's got here. Can he get number 1 qualifier again? Here we go, Dan and Dennis.
Lane choice in the first round, so it's very important to qualify well. It's also a great opportunity to get a feel for the course without potentially losing a race.
As we're waiting. Alright, here we go. And they're off for qualifying. Dennis big lead there, had a lot of speed too. Dennis took a wide turn. Oh my god, Dan Evans had a horrible turn. But Dennis went very wide himself. But he's got this pretty much in the bag. Oh, much better turn by Dennis as he's going to blow out victory right there. Dan! He spun out! How? How'd you spin out? He lost by 20 seconds. What? I wish they showed what happened then. How did you spin out? How?
He is fired up for this 20th anniversary season.
Good start tonight for Dennis Anderson.
Alright, but Dennis, easily number 1 qualifier at the moment. Off to a great start this year.
Track's pretty good. It'll take us a little bit once we get a groove.
Just think if he didn't have that pop tire in Minneapolis, he was swept. That would have been an insane start to 2002 for Dennis. Like I said, Tom's not going to have an easy time like he did the last few years.
Usually it's pretty dry in Houston. This has got a lot of moisture in it right now, so it could come around the hook a little bit, but I think once we fluff it, we're going to be able to slide. And I slid around pretty good, so we're looking good, sounding good, smelling good. I think we're going to be running good, too.
Keep it up.
Right on.
I tell you what, Dennis Anderson is going to be a force tonight here in Houston. And maybe his chief competition, Tom Mintz.
Don't forget Scott Hartsock. He's going to be tough, too. And also, you got, even though he hasn't driven 2 years, you got to think about Scott Stevens as well.
It's a long year, and there's a lot of things got to do out here.
And also Neil Elliott, although he choked 2 times, he did beat Scott Hartsock straight up, and he made the finals last time out, so we got to keep that in mind, too. And here we go. The GOAT, Tom, getting ready to go. As he's going to go up against... Oh, Neil! A rematch from Minneapolis! Wow! A rematch already! Oh, this is going to be big. Teammates going at it. Tom and Neil. Let's see. 18:23 was the time Dennis got. Let's see if Tom can challenge it. Oh! Whole shot for Tom. Neil was really waiting. Looked like he was waiting for the official to tell him to go. Oh, great turn by Tom. Great turn by Neil, too. Oh, Tom went out a little wide right there. But big lead by Tom. Here we go. Into the final turn. Oh, my God. Tom cooking again. And he's going to destroy Neil. But wasn't enough to beat Dennis, though. That's the most important part. Was it enough? Tom hit a pull. Neil hit a pull at the end. Show his time.
Neil Elliott can run, and he wasn't even on the same page with Mintz. This is a great qualifying run.
Well, Tom Mintz going to have a great starting position. Has to be happy with that run.
How's the track perform?
They didn't show what he got, though. Oh, he's second place. So, Dennis, technically, Dennis is 3-0 against him. Although, technically, 2-1, since officially he did lose to Tom because he didn't make it back to the finals last time out.
And I will, too.
Truck feels fine.
Feels great.
But, man, so far, Dennis has Tom's number.
And now,
All right, here we go. Chad Fortune, power forward. We saw Chad one time last year in Minneapolis, and he drove Nitro. Now here he is in power forward. Up against Alan Pizzo. All the previews are from Houston 2002. All right, let's see how Chad Fortune does. As the lead, as Alan slowed down a lot over the cars. That's not good. And of course, Alan looked like he had a great turn, but then had to spoil by showing power forward instead. But Allen has the lead. Here we go. Into the turn. Oh, it's close! Right down to the wire, and Allen. Oh no, Chad got it! Allen, slow down there. Chad got it. Man, Allen, he had multiple times, and he slowed down at the last second.
But both of them should qualify in the upper part of the grid.
And they never showed Neil's time, but I'm very sure he got under 21 seconds, since Tom got 1876. So I think Chad right now is 4th place, not bad, but you still got Scott Hartsock and Scott Stevens to deal with, too.
Driving the truck, how does it feel?
Feels great. You know, we got a lot of power coming out. It's hooking up very nicely. Feels smooth. It's a great ride. I mean, we put some money in it. I think, like I said, it's a stallion. She wants to take off. The people will do a lot of things to you. Makes you want to do more. Drive hard. Be aggressive. I'm very focused. Let's see what happens.
Have a good time, buddy.
Thank you, man. We'll see you.
Chad Fortune and Carl Malone's power forward, and still to come, Scott Stevens put down the mic. He's back behind the wheel.
Yep.
We'll see how he does.
After 2 years away.
Stay with us here on Monster Jam. Monster Jam.
Ah! Beautiful! World Falls Free promo!
March 23rd, live on pay-per-view. Gravedigger, defending champion Tom Metz, and the world's best monster trucks return to Vegas for another blockbuster championship battle. Contact your local cable provider now to check availability. You may need a cable converter box even if you already have cable. Monster Jam World Final 3 Saturday. March
Beautiful.
23rd, live on pay-per-view. Call now.
Although I don't like how they mentioned both Dennis and Tom there. That makes it sound like they're automatically in, which is garbage. They should not automatically in. And there is a point stands back then too, remember, people. So you know, you have to earn your way in. That includes Dennis and Tom as well. I just don't like how they framed it that way. That's the only thing I'll say bad about the ad. I take competition very seriously, even for monster trucks. Yeah, Neil Elliott had a terrible turn earlier on. That's his racing pass. That's not qualifying. Spoilers. Yeah, Scott Hartsock was really good racing last time. Let's see what we got here tonight. And Dennis so far has been the favorite in racing this year. Number 1 qualifier last time, and so far number 1 right here as well. Like I said, 2002, Tom's not going to get it by default. He's going to have to work for it. Here we go, Larry Jarzel and Prowler. Going up against Steve Reynolds. Hey, a 2001 clip for once. And Raging Steel. God, I miss that truck so much. I miss all trucks that are no longer around. Alright. Steve made the semifinals multiple times last year, so he should be my favorite for this race. But he kind of struggled last time out, so let's see what happens. Here we go. Larry has the lead. Great turn by both of them. Reynolds has the lead. Some smoke out of Prowler. Here we go in the final turn. Oh, Reynolds got 2 wheels. That's not good. But Reynolds has the lead. Slow down though. Oh, Larry edged out the end. Larry got the end. What a race. Larry edged out as Reynolds slowed down way too much. Wow. Prowler, that is probably 3rd place right now. Maybe beating Neil Elliott, since we don't know his time. Wow. Larry did really good. Yeah, those are some great turns he did, although that one was a little bit of a wobble at the end.
Also tonight, we told you Scott Stevens is back behind the wheel. Put down the microphone. Last time we saw him was with King Crunch at the 2000 World Finals. He's glad to be back.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's state-of-the-art truck. The crew's excited. And that means a lot. Everybody's gung-ho and getting a new product going. Tetra's excited about being in a new sport, and we got a new product, the Tetra Cichlid. We're wide open and look for a great year. We're just not.
Yep, nice to see Scott Stevens back, driving Firemouth, which eventually will become Sobe next year.
We talked to their senior brand manager, Todd Cantrell.
Tetra's a new company here with.
But of course, we're not interested in corporate crap. So here we go. He should be facing Scott Hartsock. Oh boy, this could be big. This is a rematch of the semifinals in World Finals 1. Oh boy. And yeah, they raced each other, I think, in San Antonio 2000 as well. And Scott Stevens, of course, King Crunch just died, remember? So this is a big race, actually. Scott Stevens and Scott Hartsock. Let's see if Scott Stevens is rusty after 2 years away. And here we go! Scott with the hole shot. Great turn by both of them, actually. Scott's hanging in there. Should say their last names. Here we go. Final turn. Oh! Stevens went very wide. Hartsock a little struggle right there. Close race, but Scott's going to get it. Not bad for Stevens in his return. But Hartsock, oh! What times! Third and fourth place at the minimum. Man, Scott Hartsock so far in racing has been unbelievable. He struggled most of last year, but this year he's off to an amazing start. But Dennis and Tom are number one top two. How about that? Dennis, number one qualifier. Second week in row stuff, 2002. Again, I told you, he wasn't going to struggle this year like he did the last 2 years. So Neil Elliott was 5th place, not bad. All right. Damn, poor Dan Elliott. He's got to face Dennis again. And remember, 10 trucks, so there's going to be a fast loser in round 1 and round 2. And if the bracket's right, they should face Dennis every single time. But that didn't happen last week, remember. For some reason, Neil Elliott faced Scott Hartsock when he won the number one qualifier.
Celebrate the 20th anniversary of the most dominant monster truck on the planet.
Let's go get this up here. Yep.
Limited edition t-shirts, keychain, cap, sticker, and the Grave Digger 20.
I wanted that video and I never got it. Ah, it made me mad back then. Yep. By the way, of course, Baltimore, 2002, that February, I would be getting this bad boy. Oh boy. It still is funny. It's still, I'll always tease you all you youngins watching it. This thing's older than you probably. This thing is over 24 years old, and I still have it in good condition. Feels good. Well, of course, you rub the Predator one in, I'll rub the Grave Digger one in. Oh, what a hit that was. Oh, look at those beautiful highlights of Grave Digger like in the 80s and 90s. Oh, beautiful. Look at the sidewall Dennis did back in the 90s, people. And of course, this is a required watch.
Creed's Dragon Off-Road was my first car crush, and it was in the first old Grave Digger with racing canes on it. I had a cast on my leg.
Precious. Precious.
And I can remember we were just watching videos and looking at some old pictures and stuff the other day, and that's when I was pretty much old farmer boy dork. Got that big tall hat on, some long stringy hair, and I looked pretty redneckish. I had fun, man, and it was in the first car crash, it was nothing spectacular. I was nervous. I was nervous that the thing would break just trying to crawl up on the cars. Is what I was nervous.
I mean, it's fair because trucks back then and still this day are very fragile.
It was all good. People freaked out.
There we go. Dennis and Dan, like I said earlier. Neil Elliott and Larry Drysdale. That could actually be kind of interesting. Steve Reynolds and Scott Stevens could be interesting too. Chad Ford and Scott Hartsock. Tom and Allen to wrap it up. Some interesting matchups, but no like insane matchup yet. But man, poor Dan Evans, he's got to face Dennis again. Oof. And then if he comes back as fast as he's got to face him a third time. Oh. Alright, good luck, Dan. You're going to need it. There's a future racing champion going up against. Here we go. Dennis with the big lead off the line. Oh, great turn by Dennis. Much better turn by Dan, but he struggled a little bit at the end. He like lifted up a little bit. Oh, he's far behind. Oh, great turn again by Dennis, and he is going to easily get the victory right there. As Dan once again went very wide. But he technically is fast loser at the moment. We'll see if he lasts, though. Yeah, Dennis has just been unbelievable so far in racing this year.
have not seen him this focused in years. Man, he looks great.
And particularly tonight, after the big...
Here we go. Larry Jarzell going against Neil Elliott. I mean, with that qualifying time Larry had, this could be an interesting race. Let's see if Neil Elliott, despite his bailout multiple times last week in Minneapolis, let's see if he can show up again.
He's in the near lane. We'll see what he's got here in round 1.
All right, here we go. And they're off! A little bit of a wheelie here for Prowlers. Neil Elliott has a humongous lead right there. Oh, man, a very bad bounce, though. Oh, he's very far behind the turn. Oh, Larry has the big lead. Neil Elliott's coming back. Oh, Neil almost hit the pole. Oh, that was close. Oh, wait, here we go. Final turn. Again, Neil Elliott's having terrible turns right there. And Larry Jarzell is going to get the victory. Neil Elliott's coming back. He had a much closer time, too, so I think Neil Elliott probably is fast loser now. But, man, he did not look good. Oh, getting close to the wall right there. Man, Neil Elliott was horrible in that race. Ugh. I guess that victory over Scott Hartsock was just a complete fluke. Because he's been terrible since. Looked like a little bit of a rear steer issue with Prowler right there. That's not good.
How do you feel about that? And how is the truck handling overall?
Overall, it's handling very well. I got the feel of it really good to be able to make my corners. I hope to move on and keep on going.
There were some good turns he had.
Thank you very much.
Well, what's that all about? You hear us talk about RII, the remote ignition.
All right, as we get ready for our next race, Steve Reynolds and Scott Stevens now.
The RII is a slang term that United States officials
Remote ignition interrupter. But, of course, I'm on time limit with work and all that on a busy day, so let's get to the race already, people.
If a monster truck rolls over, we're able to come here, grab the ring, and then give it a tug.
And a funny thing, too, about the pull ring, I remember when I went to the Georgetown event back in April, I actually looked at the back of almost all the trucks, and I did not see the pull ring anymore. So have they gotten rid of it in the last 20 years, or did they put it somewhere else? Because I didn't see it back there anymore in any of the trucks when I went to the Georgetown event, which I thought was a little odd. Wouldn't be surprised they got rid of it, because that thing probably pulled me on activate way too many times. And Reynolds has the hole shot off the jump. Good turn by both of them. Still close race, although Reynolds was a little wobbly at the end of the turn. Here we go. Final turn. Oh, Reynolds went very wide right there. And oh, Stevens spun a little bit. Did he hit a pole, I think. I think Stevens hit a pole. We need to take a look at that replay because he was very close. I think he hit a pole. Hope they show the replay. Let's see. Come on, please show the replay. Come on.
He was behind at this point, and then coming off that final turn, Scott wins it going away.
Scott hasn't lost a lot in the
Okay, he didn't. That was a start pole too, so I don't know if that would count. All right, but okay, he held on with the win. Not bad. Maybe? No, I think Reynolds maybe fast loser now? Because that was a close race.
Now we've got a driver named Chad who hopes to make a fortune driving cars.
Very funny. Very funny.
Up-and-coming monster truck drivers, and he's the subject of our jam.
We're going to go out there and be aggressive. We're going to go out there and put the pedal
And of course, remember he was the spokesperson for NWO in 2000. He started driving last year in Nitro.
After the way he plays basketball. We're going to come with authority. We're going to come with confidence.
And yeah, by the way, Power Forward debuted earlier in 2001. It was like a pure white Chevy, I think it was, and this is the second version. This is how it would be till 2004 when it got its next update.
Discipline on myself. I'm going to go out there every run and just give it everything I got. Learn as quickly as possible because this is big time. This is TNN. It's a good what do you say, motto? Aggressive wins, hammer down, never give up.
All right, let's see what Chad's got. But he's gonna have a very difficult race coming up because Scott Hartsock looks so good this year. Man, he is gonna have his hands full. All right, here we go. Chad Scott. Here we go. Scott with the lead. Here we go into the turn. Oh, great turn by Scott right there. Chad trying to hang in there. He wobbled a lot. Oh, he slowed down. He lost a lot of momentum. And here we go. Into the final turn. Of course, they don't show Scott's turn right there. It's hit Wells, and Chad's going to go over. Power Ford goes over as they didn't show Scott after that at all. As Scott easily going to get the victory. Man, what a finish that was. Still wish they showed a better view so we can see what happened to Scott, though. But no, we can't have good things, people. He's not a rookie, though. Last year he was a rookie. But yeah, rough break there for Chad. His first race in power forward.
He's going to go 200% every race he's in. And I think he's a little bit upset that he turned that over.
I mean, wouldn't any driver?
He is not happy. Well, in the meantime,
That's not how you want to start racing. Let's see how Scott did since we didn't get to see his turn. Oh, man. Although he didn't walk. No, he had a bad coming out of the turn right there. He was probably too distracted with Chad's flip.
How'd you feel out there and how's it handling?
Actually, we're having a little bit of problems. We're coming down these straightaways so hot, we're getting in
Yep.
the corner. This old girl's wanting to lift one of the tires up like an old dog, and it's just wanting to spin real bad. We're not running a Detroit locker in the rear, so we just got a limited slip. It's hurting us right now. As you can see, these trucks that do have the posi tracks, they're ending up on their lids because they're coming in there as hot as we are. So, you know, it's a catch-22 situation here. We have to slow the pace down a little bit, get around that corner to moderate speed, and then just gun this big old girl right down the straightaways.
It really is a driver's track. Well, let's hear from Chad Fortune about what happened during this rollover.
Disappointment, yeah, but you were running pretty darn well.
No, don't give me that disappointment now, Dan. If we had it, we had him. I was punching it through. I told you this old girl wanted to take off. We just came around and the power started to shut off. Saw all my lights go dead. I punched the power, it came on, and just put it to the gas. And somehow we came across. I was trying to push too hard because I saw Scott start to edge ahead.
And he saw in the first turn, the power forward did lose speed, so maybe that's what he was talking about when the truck died there. All right, here we go. Tom Mentz and Alan Pizzo. Could be a tough competitive race. And there's those weird tire treads that Alan would drive throughout 2002. At least in World Finals 3, I remember him using those weird tire treads. All right, here we go. Alan and Tom. Alan with the whole shot, but Tom has a lead, though. Oh, what a turn by Tom. Oh, my God, Tom just cooked. Final turn. Here we go. And again, Tom cooked. Oh, my goodness. Easy victory for Tom. Tom with no effort. Here's a lot of smoke, though. Oh, boy, that's a lot of smoke. All right, so now we got to wait on Fast Loser. Maybe Steve Reynolds? But we'll see. Since they don't keep an eye on this shit like I would. See, they should show the times of the loser too, so we know, because that's very important. Well, they're showing Rage Steel, so I guess Steve did come back. I don't think they showed Prowler. Remember, Larry's in this round 2 as well.
Log on to USHRA.com or GraveDigger.com to enter to win the Gravedigger Block Party. You, 50 of your closest friends, Dennis Anderson, and the Gravedigger can all
So, man, we got Tom, we got Dennis, we got Stevens, we got Dennis. Man, what a nose dive Neil Elliott had. All right, here we go. Firemouth versus Prowler. Dennis versus Steve Reynolds' Fast Loser. I don't know why I don't have Dennis first. And that means, oh boy! Tom and Scott are going to go at it! Oh boy! That's going to be insane! That arch rivalry in the early 2000s are going to get renewed. Alright, so here we go. Remember, Fast Loser 2 as well for round 2 going into the semifinals, so someone's coming back. And there should be facing Dennis again. But we saw what happened last week. That didn't happen. Let's see what happens here. This will be interesting. Stevens and Larry Jarzel. And Larry has the whole shot and the lead. Oh, it's great turn. Although Larry's slowing on. He has rear steer issues. But he has the big lead, though. Here we go. Into the foul turn. He didn't have a good turn. Stevens did. Oh, boy. Here we go for foul jump. Oh, Stevens spun a little bit. And Larry's going to get it. How about that? Larry Jarzel. Looking good tonight. He is in the semifinals. Who would have thought Prowler would make it there and actually be competitive? Struggled in the turn, though. You saw the rear steer. Look at the rear steer locked up. How did he win with a rear steer locked up is amazing. Stevens struggled badly in that final turn. He had the better turn. Look, he was going to get, but then he spun out right there, and that's what killed him. Ugh. Larry, though, in the semifinals. How about that? But Stevens should be Fast Loser at the moment. All right, here we go. Steve Reynolds against Dennis Anderson. Steve came back as Fast Loser. All right, so way. Here we go. go. And Rage of Steel just died at the line. Oh, no. Oh. Rage of Steel just died. Dennis did not have a good turn right there. But he's in control. Nothing to worry about pretty much. And of course, they don't show the turn. Yeah, didn't have a good turn there. Dennis struggled, but he didn't need to really worry about it much as he moves on to the semifinals. Right now, Stevens is still fast loser, looks like. But, tough break there for Reynolds.
It really took a long time once they were set to go to green, and that may have caught Reynolds.
Oh, smooth run for Gravedigger, but if you watch Steve Reynolds, he didn't even make an attempt to get off that line.
But now the giant matchup. Scott Hartsock and Tom Meents. Oh boy, here we go. We saw him racing that wild finals in Jacksonville. Let's see what they got here. Oh, here we go. Tom with the lead. Oh, what a big comeback Scott had. Here we go, into the first turn. Oh, great turn by both of them, but Tom's dominating right now. Scott needs to play catch up. Oh, there's something wrong with Gunslinger. There's something wrong. Tom clipped the party there, but didn't do anything as Tom's going to get the victory. And Tom's going to blow out as there was something wrong with Gunslinger. And I'm pretty sure, I think Scott Stevens might get fast loser now. Yeah, I think they said Scott's coming back, but yeah, definitely. Reynolds didn't finish. Gunslinger just died. Yes, Scott Stevens has to be the fast loser by default. Wait, no, wait, did they say he's coming back?
So, semifinals. Hey, you know why? Because it's built forward tough, just like the sign says behind us. And the best thing about it all, you know, we got this new slamming Saturday nights with TNN. What else could you ask for? Me back in the semifinals against Digger? Man, it could be a total upset.
Well, I'm a little curious how he came back over Scott Stevens. But here we go, the finals. Semifinals. Tom Meents, Larry Jarzel, then Scott Hartsock and Dennis Anderson. That's going to be huge. A very strong Final Four, surprisingly, with Larry being competitive tonight. But he's going up against the defending champion. Oh, beautiful. Oh, so nostalgic. God, I wish I missed these ads back then. Of course, they're felt too stupid to make awesome ads like this again. So now we get ready for the semifinals. Funny thing about that game, it actually came out Game Boy Advance in March of 2002. I got it when I went down to Florida around the week of World Finals 3, and it didn't come out till PS2 until like that June. That's when I got my PS2, just to get Max Instruction on PS2. Man, that was so awesome. And of course, later on, I think in 2002, it came out for GameCube and PC. I actually thought about getting it for both those systems, but ended up not doing so.
Tires at $2,500 a piece. That's pretty spendy for the team. Used up a lot of the budget.
Yeah, you went through 2 tires last week.
I'm going to take those budgets and I'm going to turn them around this year.
But yeah, Scott and Dennis, that's going to be a huge matchup. Hopefully Scott's back at 100% because he did not do good against Tom. He needs to be in perfect shape against Dennis. Alright, we'll see how Larry done. He's been pretty surprising tonight, but you're going up against the defending racing champion, the only racing champion, so you're going to have your hands full. So here we go. Tom and Larry, here we go. And Tom with the lead, of course, no surprise there. Here we go into the turn. Good turn for Larry, but you're going to need perfect to beat Tom, and he slowed down a lot right there. And again, Tom, with no effort, is cooked, and he is in the finals. No surprise from the defending racing champion.
Not a surprise. Larry Jarzel did a great job all night, but this time, just too much Team Meents.
Yep, like Tom so far driving like he normally does, like in 2001, where no one could beat him.
Quicker it seems each round, and boy, does he know how to come out of a turn, as we mentioned. He's almost up to power, it seems like, when he's still in the turn.
So dominant race there for Tom as he's in the finals again. Uh-oh. That's not good. All that smoke.
Well, let's listen and look in with our jam cam there with Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger.
We're getting ready to change pumps out right now.
Man, Dennis having problems to start off 2002. My God.
The oil gets hot and it breaks down. When the oil breaks down, you can kick a rod out of the motor. I got a very good motor in this truck. We don't want to lose the motor. We're getting ready to change the pump out. We don't have time before the next round. So, and I just felt the oil pan. The oil temperature is a little warm. I think I can squeeze one more round out where temperature gets up too low.
All right, so we see Scott Hartsock. Okay, it says Dennis, so it looks like, okay, good. Looks like he's good to go. Whew, thank goodness. All right, here we go. Big matchup. Scott and Dennis. They're off. Scott with the lead. Who will face Tom in the finals? Here we go. Into turn. Oh, great turn by both. Oh, Scott got on 2 wheels right there. He's behind. He's struggling tonight in racing. Oh, great turn by Dennis. He went a little wide. And it's going to be all Dennis. Dennis is going to win. We're going to have a Dennis-Tom finals. Let's go. Oh, man. We're getting spoiled with these matchups with Dennis and Tom. Again, honestly, I got to say, Dennis might have the advantage this time around. He's been doing really good other than the last race. But Tom's not going to be easy to beat. Remember how close he was in Minneapolis, even though we did technically beat him in the end.
Well, we haven't had a coolant pump. It's been messed up all night long. There's no extra monkeying around. I got to get to the line and go on and run it. But I think we may have found our problem. Hopefully we have, because it's their final runs. I got a lot of heat in the motor already. I don't want to lose the motor. I got a really good motor right now, and I don't want to kick a rod.
A little added
the only good thing I can say, though, Dennis, that after the finals, you have a big, long intermission before you go out there and freestyle to cool off. But this is going to be a huge finals. Dennis and Tom are going to go at it. Hopefully, Gravedigger is 100% because we need a photo finish, please. I want a photo finish finals like last time in Minneapolis, please. Oh. For all you youngins that never got to see Dennis and Tom race, this is the biggest rivalry of monster trucks. And we're going to see at its peak. Boy, can't wait. We got so spoiled so far this year with Dennis and Tom. They raced Minneapolis semifinals. Now here they are in the finals in Houston. Just like the first event in Houston last year, remember, as well, was the finals. Although technically the second show where Blue Thunder debuted, that was the first show of 2001.
Coming out from under Gravedigger. Will he be ready to go in the finals? They're cleaning up this mess on the floor, and our jam cam is right there with
that does not look good. Oh boy.
Well, you see how tense Dennis is. I mean, you're wiping the brow. As we mentioned, Dennis is in the middle.
I know, Des. I know how I'm feeling it out back. And you're gonna need you're gonna need 1,000,000% if you want to take on Tom.
It is hot. Will it be hot on the track for the finals? That is the big question here as Gravedigger prepares to go.
Oh boy, here we go. Come on. Yes! Let's go! Now this is gonna be a huge matchup. Oh, come on, Gravedigger, be perfect. You're gonna need it against Tom. Come on, we need a photo finish. Boy, Dennis and Tom about to go in. This is going to be awesome. Please. Give us what we want. Here we go for the finals. You're off. Tom with the whole shot. Oh, boy, here we go. Into the turn. Great turn by Tom. Dennis is right there. Tom with the lead still. Here we go. Into front. Uh-oh, there's smoke right here. The final turn, though. Here we go. They don't even show the turn. Oh, Tom with 2 wheels. Oh, he's right there. Oh, photo finish. Dennis might have just edged out. Oh, my, what a finish. Oh! Oh, Tom choked at the end, possibly. Oh man, look at the smoke back there. But at least he'll come back very later in the finals. I mean the freestyle. Oh my! Let's see. Tom choked badly right there, getting on 2 wheels. Dennis started to come back. Oh, here we go. Oh, Dennis got it. Dennis beat Tom the second time. Dennis has won every race so far for 2002. Oh my! Beat the racing champion again. What a race by Dennis! And he's on track to sweep! Dear God, what a start Dennis is having to 2002.
My truck weighs 10,700 pounds. He weighs 9,000 pounds. I'm going on a diet, and I'm cutting 4 pounds off the truck. We're going to get tougher as it goes on.
Boy, what a win for Dennis Anderson.
What a race! What a finals that was! Unbelievable, Dennis.
How about Scott Stevens in Firemouth? They're going to be tough.
Larry Darzel actually should get some credit. What a finals that was!
And they gave us what we wanted. A fabulous photo finish this week. Anderson by inches.
And Dennis Anderson, what a great start now to 2002. He's got his first win.
Yep, first racing win. And he's on track to sweep. But yeah, Dennis is so far, I think, this year been the best. He's been #1 qualifier both times. He's won freestyle. He just won racing. He could have won racing last time in Minneapolis if the tire didn't pop. He's already technically beat Tom 4 times now, even though he didn't officially with that racing loss. But yeah, like I told you, Tom's not going to just walk. Tom is not going to just waltz away with the victories every single week. He has to earn them now. And it's nice to see. And it's nice to see Dennis looking so strong after not really seeing it much the last 2 years. Man, what a race that was. As that's going to wrap up here Monster Jam Houston 2002. Dennis #1 qualifying 1 race, and that was insane. But we still got freestyle. Oh boy, cannot wait to see it. So see you all next time for freestyle.